Hi, I'm Joe Polizzi, and this is the Content Inc. podcast. 5 minutes every Monday for content creators who desire to be content entrepreneurs. Typically with podcast ads, there's a coupon code used to track engagement. You may have noticed the Lulu ads on this podcast haven't provided any codes at all. That's because creating an account and using Lulu is absolutely free. On top of publishing for free, you're on track to earn more, as books are among the top 3 most profitable tactics to monetize your content. Turning your content into a printed book with Lulu has never been easier. Create a free account today at lulu.com. Last week, I attended an event in Las Vegas called 20 Books, which will be renamed next year as Author Nation. And I have to tell you, I was pretty inspired. As a writer of 8 books myself, 7 business books, and 1 novel, I was able to talk to and hear speak authors in multiple genres of fiction who have published 20, 50, even 200 books. Some of the authors were cranking out a book every other month. Now, have you ever been somewhere or talked to someone and then after that you felt completely inadequate? Like you simply aren't doing enough? Well, that was me. It still is me. Here I am struggling to get out my second novel, and there are all these people just making the time to do the work. But I'm taking the positive road here and making steps now so that I have the time to write, I make the time to write, and I get the next one published. Now, my goal is to have a finished, published novel by my birthday in May. So you heard it here first. Feel free to keep me accountable. All right. Now, one session, which was incredibly helpful, was by Kevin J. Anderson on writing productivity. Now, if you don't know Anderson is an acclaimed sci-fi author, winner of multiple writing awards, and published over 150 books, including 50 bestsellers. Really, really impressive background. Now, Anderson shared 11 productivity tips. I won't share all of them with you now, but I wanted to talk about a few of the ones that really resonated with me. And I think this goes for all content creation, by the way, not just writing. Now, the first one was shut up and write. You know, we as content creators, we make so many excuses about why we cannot create content for whatever reason, and none of them are good. We always have the time, we just aren't making the time. So set your schedule and keep to it. One point that really resonated with me was dare to be bad. Your content doesn't have to be perfect, but it does have to be finished. Perfection is unattainable. Anderson was pretty clear that the difference between writing and being a writer is that one of these actually gets the job finished. He says, you can fix awful writing, but you can't fix nothing. I love that. Now, another point was know the difference between writing and editing. In other words, don't stop. You know, we do this with our content, correct? We want to stop and fix the thing before we get all the words or information out. Creating new content and editing or producing the content are 2 very different activities, and know which one you're working on. Now, here's one I'm terrible at. Anderson says he uses every minute he can for productivity. He shared that just that morning, as he was giving the speech, he was going to get coffee at Starbucks. It was a 10-minute walk. While walking there, he dictated 2 chapters into his phone. Now, my jaw dropped when I heard this. It almost seems impossible. Now, Anderson is big on dictation. Now, I've done it sparingly, but I haven't stuck with it long enough to learn how to do it well. Anderson stressed how dictation is really a learned skill, so you have to work on it. And I'm planning on trying, especially with AirPods, that makes the process really, really easy. Set goals for yourself and stick to them. Now, Anderson's goal is 5,000 words a day. Now, when I was writing The Will to Die, I set 1,000 words a day as my goal. And setting rewards makes this process a bit easier. You can't go get coffee until you do your 1,000 words, or you can't check your email until you do your hour of writing. So stick to the schedule and get the job done. Now, here's one that I was incredibly thankful for. He said, know when to stop. For the 5th anniversary of The Will to Die, I was considering doing a rewrite. Anderson says that's foolish and inefficient. He said it in this way: I write a book, I edit it 3 times, and then I publish it. That gets me to 95, 96, 97%. If I edit it again, maybe I get to 98%, but it doesn't matter? Anderson says it does not. No one but you will notice. Like Seth Godin, Anderson says you just have to ship it, publish it, and move on. Needless to say, I'm not going to do the rewrite any longer. So I hope these have been helpful for you. I know they were for me. I'll put the link to the event and Kevin Anderson's page in the show notes. Good luck, and I'll talk to you next Monday.